Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu, Quadri Hamzat back to work for second term. Honorable Obasa re-elected as Speaker of State Assembly. Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions Adenija Dele, Takpa Street Road, and State Government commissions 7 jetties across the state. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy Quadri Hamzat has resumed work, rededicating themselves to serving the residents as they begin their second term. The governor and his deputy have interacted with staff across cadres in the state's workforce at Alausa Secretariat in order to boost their morale and incorporate them into the new policy implementation framework. Take a look.
Done with their second-term inauguration ceremonies, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy Quadri Hamzat have hit the ground running, carrying out their first assignment at the State Secretariat at Alausa in Ikeja. Governor Sanwo-Olu's first port of call is the Civil Service Commission, which is statutorily responsible for resource mobilization and management in the state civil service, and it says the office will continue to run to help implement government policies and vision.
We're hoping that the commission members will have received us here. I've gone around several ministries and commission offices in Alausa, Mr. Deputy and myself, and of course, led by the head of service, Mr. Akim Kola, and a large body of permanent secretaries, to have on the spot assessment, encourage our staff, see what the environment looks like, and ask questions as into how should we hit the ground running again. We've actually hit it, but how should we ensure that everybody is on board? What are the new policy directions that we have? We've talked in my speech yesterday around the Teams Plus, how well do we begin to drive those additional new pillars that will enhance and deepen our resolve to ensure that no one is left behind. So we'll be looking at issues around social protection, social inclusion, gender and gender balance, and youth engagement. Youth inclusion in all spheres of soft infrastructure. It's not, in education, in health, you have both soft and hard infrastructure. This one is really targeted at more of the soft infrastructure, and like I said, to ensure that all level of citizens are taken care of, are included, and we just don't want to subsume it under the existing teams. We want to have a definitive strategic plan for it, and that's why we've expanded it. We cannot do the same thing and expect a different result. That's why we're refreshing what we have done before to give it a better and a more, people-driven, flavor. So that's to that. As to what the civil servants should expect, we're both on the same page, right? It's additional reforms, it's additional, citizens-driven policies, that will touch the life, of our citizens, where they need to work with us on each of those policies and ensure that each time people walk in here, it's because they want to be served and for them to be ready for those services. As in for them, they know that I'm always ready to take care of them, and we've been doing that, so there's nothing for anybody to worry about. We've demonstrated that, we've shown that all of the time. So there's nothing, for us to worry about. It's really just for us to be able to serve the citizens of Lagos State, fairly, with all energy that we have.
Then a stopover at the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, which are relevant offices that will be responsible for the implementation of the government's Themes Plus program.
We also came to Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Ministry of Budget and Planning, and rest relevant strategic ministries, like that, because it fits into, our game plan for the next 4 years. I'm indeed happy that we've received, very articulate responses from the public officers and civil servants that we spoke with. The environment is also clean. I'm happy that the ambience in which they're working is also very conducive, for them. And so our message really is to show to entire Lagosians that we have started work, we have resumed back at work, and we're indeed excited that the entire public service of Lagos State here in Alausa are ready to also continue to serve the good people of Lagos State. After this brief tour around, we also have another strategic meeting with the entire body of permanent secretary for us to be on the same page and know too well what are the immediate needs of action that we can sort out, and I get briefing from a whole lot of them.
The Lagos State government promises more reforms and people-driven policies that will touch lives of the residents.
Honorable Mudashiru Obasa has been re-elected as the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Mr. Obasa was re-elected after Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu proclaimed the 10th Assembly for the commencement of legislative duties.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Kadri Hamzat, making their way into the State House of Assembly for the proclamation of the 10th Assembly. He is here among other dignitaries to join members of the State Assembly for the ceremony.
I hereby declare member-elect Dr. Mudashiru Obasa as the Speaker-elect of the 10th Lagos State House of Assembly.
Honorable Mudashiru Obasa is again re-elected as the Speaker of the Assembly for another tenure. Other members of the state legislature take oath of office. Mr. Obasa, who is re-elected for 3 consecutive terms, affirms his commitment to the people of Lagos.
I want to thank Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his usual support for the legislature and further commend him for his respect for this house, his neutrality, guidance and advice, his defense of the legislature from external forces and manipulation cannot be emphasized. Dear colleagues, we stand here today as a testament to Mr. Governor's commitment to good governance and his effort to build a better Lagos for all. Permit me to use this medium to congratulate him and his brother, the Deputy Governor, also on his recent inauguration as the 7th democratically elected Governor and Deputy Governor of Lagos State. Lagos State is a great state with even greater potentials, and we have responsibility to harness these potentials and maximize them for the benefit of our people. We must prioritize the welfare of our constituents and ensure that our policies and legislative framework are geared towards meeting their needs. Under my leadership, this House will operate an open and inclusive administration where all members are carried along and given equal opportunity to contribute towards development of the state. We cannot achieve greatness working in isolation. Therefore, I encourage all branches of government to work together in harmony to ensure that we build a Lagos that we can all be proud of. Together we have an opportunity to build a better Lagos. A Lagos that provides equal opportunities for all. A Lagos that is safe and secure. A Lagos that is a model for sustainable development in Nigeria and the world. To improve the legislature and establish good governance, my fellow colleagues, I must be steadfast and remove any and all obstacles in our path. I have faith that we will succeed. This esteemed house shall sustain our cordial relationship, robust cooperation with the executive arm of government. However, let me say clearly that we shall not compromise the sanctity of our institutional independence and constitutional rules. We further expect resolution passed by this House are given consideration just like bill passed by this House. Lastly, I solemnly pledge my commitment to serve this House with humility, honesty, and dedication. I urge my colleagues to join me in this commitment. And together, we shall leave the legacy of excellence that generations yet unborn will be proud of.
Governor Sanwo-Olu, who proclaimed the 10th Assembly, asked the lawmakers to work together for the good of the people.
It's the turn of the 10th Assembly, an assembly that we believe will be vibrant, an assembly for the first time that is having 20 new member-elects and 20 returning members. I stand here and I want to assure you that as your governor, I stand neutral in your selection process. I'll expect you to do the right thing and always. My interest lies in ensuring that we work together. We work collaboratively to ensure that Lagosians feel both the legislative and the executive. Each one of you, regardless of the position, brings a unique value that we have seen and the perspective to this assembly. And it is through your collective effort that you will achieve this extraordinary feat. The emergence of a speaker and other principal officers is a decision entrusted to you by the Constitution. I trust that you will carry out this duty with the highest level of integrity and respect for democratic principles. As we look forward to the future, let us remind ourselves of the importance of cooperation, dialogue, and mutual respect. The executive and the legislature are partners in this democratic journey. Our shared goal is to create a Lagos where everyone thrives, where opportunities are bound, and where our collective diversity in our people propels our unique future. I stand ready to work with the 10th Assembly, collaborating to drive impactful policies and fostering an environment where the hopes and dreams of every Lagosian can be realized. As been said by the clerk, the 9th Assembly did their best. Over 46 bills were passed, over 120 resolutions were set. I want to imagine and employ this House to meet and to surpass the very enviable record that was set by the 9th Assembly. And of course, you know that assembly was led by one of you here, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa. And I believe that the 10th Assembly will meet and surpass the records that were set by the 9th Assembly. And so as we embark on this journey together, let us remember the words of John Quincy Adams, who says, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader in your right. I believe in the leadership that will emerge from the 10th Assembly, and I'm confident that our collective efforts will usher an era of unprecedented growth and development in our state. The executive have promised a greater Lagos rising, and I know and I believe that the 10th Assembly shared in our vision. We have promised an agenda of a Teams Plus Plus, and I know and I believe that the 10th Assembly will share in our vision.
The Lagos State 10th Assembly have been charged to carry out their duties with the highest level of integrity and respect for democratic principles.
The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has inaugurated the newly upgraded Adenija-Dele and Tapa Street Road in Lagos Island East Local Council Development Area for better connectivity on the island. Take a look.
Lagos Island is agog as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu commissions the dualized Adenija-Dele Road and the rehabilitated Tapa Street in Lagos Island East Local Council Development Area. Governor Sanwo-Olu and his team hand over the roads to residents of Lagos Island who are excited to see him perform this task. Completion of these projects will bring relief to the residents as the dual semi-rigid pavement carriageway will put an end to perennial flooding and provide easy access to the new Massey Children's Hospital along the road. Residents believe it's a job well done.
I want to especially thank the governor of Lagos State for bringing light as a testimony for the people that spoke during the documentary to Adeniji Adele, Tapa Street, and Okepopo. And on behalf of the good people of Lagos Island East, we continue to say thank you. And as Oliver Tusa, we need rapid development Oshodi to Kumbo Street as well, and Igboshire. Those are the critical area on the island that is clamoring for more development, sir.
For the governor, the strategic road will create better connectivity on the island.
I'm happy that today we're handing over this strategic road to this community. And I'm also happy that our citizens can see that the construction of the new Mercy Children's Hospital is also ongoing. Some part of it are on the 7th floor, while some part of it are coming out on the 2nd and 3rd floor. So it means that all of our promises, we are promise keeper, and we continue to do the very best, to do the greatest good for the greatest number. Road construction in Lagos in the past 4 years had seen that we've done intervention in over 1,600 roads. We've added about 141 brand new construction with a total length of close to 700 kilometers. We're happy that we're following our master plan as enshrined on our team's agenda, where we've said that we'll continue and we'll take each piece at one and we'll try and do a complete overhaul and regeneration. We're doing similar road construction that we've handed over in Ikoyi, in Victoria Island, in Agege. These are all part of a strategic plan, not just to open up the city, but to be able to improve connectivity and improve a better journey time and enhance commercial and economic value of the state and of the city. And so you can see that the Lagos development plan, the Lagos Rising, the Greater Lagos Rising that we talked about, is on course and is on target. I want to say to all of us that this kind of road development is a testimonial of our resolve that the very best is what our people require. And that's why Messrs. Julius Berger, one of the best construction companies in the country, are the ones that have handed this road over. And I want to enjoin all of our citizens, please, this road should not be turned into a market. This road should not be turned into a dump site. This road is for vehicular movement, is for pedestrian movement, is to ease traffic from other parts of the Lagos Island, and it becomes an access road so that commercial and economic activity can continue to thrive.
He assures Lagosians of many more infrastructure development across the state.
And the Lagos State government has inaugurated 7 newly constructed jetties in the riverine communities, which is aimed at improving water transportation in the state.
Waterways transportation is getting a lot of attention in Lagos State as the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu continues to work on ways to reduce traffic congestion along the roads and expand intermodal transportation in the state. As part of efforts to provide connectivity for those living in the riverine areas, 7 new jetties have been unveiled just to make commuting a lot more easier. Lasha Jetty in Amuwo-Odofin area is among the new set of ferry terminals inaugurated. The state's head of service, who represented the governor at the event, gives details of the new facility.
I am highly delighted to address this distinguished gathering of leaders and members of this community on the occasion of the official commissioning of the newly constructed jetty with waiting shelter and shoreline protection to serve the teeming populace of Ilashe land and its environs. The jetty being commissioned today is in furtherance of our commitment to promote water transportation as a key component of our intermodal and integrated transportation system. It is one of the key infrastructure needed to make water transportation a viable sector to attract private sector investments in the provision of more ferries to ply additional routes that are being created across the state. I want to assure Lagosians of our commitment to complete all ongoing construction of new jetties, while we will also not relent in providing necessary equipment and sustaining enforcement of regulation to ensure safety on our waterways.
At Liverpool Waterside, Apapa, the newly upgraded jetty is expected to make transportation seamless for residents and business owners within the Apapa area.
The importance of a good concrete jetty cannot be overemphasized in the safety of water transportation. And the delivery of projects like this comes at a huge cost on the part of the state government. Despite other competing needs across the state, this administration considered it necessary to yield to the clamor for a modern jetty by the residents of this area. The aftermath of this clamor is what we are witnessing here today. Mr. Governor, sir, the commissioning we are witnessing today is your response to the request of your people for a fitting jetty in Liverpool to ease transportation problems in this area and its environs, in an attempt to improve the economy of the people, who are mostly fishermen and women, as well as ensure the safety of travelers using water transportation. The Liverpool jetty we are commissioning today has the following features. It has a terminal building with both male and female toilets. That's the building we are seeing here. It has a reinforced concrete jetty with floating pontoon outside there. We have a generating set, and there has been installation of lighting systems.
The State Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development assures Lagosians that the Sanwo-Olu administration will continue to deliver more dividends of democracy during his second term.
Let me use this opportunity to express my heartfelt appreciation to the good people of this community for your support and belief in the ability of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, to serve you and meet your aspirations. I wish to assure you that we will not take your loyalty for granted. We will serve you to the best of our ability and deliver more dividends of democracy in our second term tenure. The upgraded jetty being commissioned today is in furtherance of our commitment to promote water transportation as a key component of our intermodal and integrated transport system. This is one of the key infrastructure needed to make water transportation a viable sector and to attract private sector investment in the provision of more ferries to ply additional routes that are being created across the state. I want to assure Lagosians of our commitment to complete all the ongoing construction of new jetties, while we also not relent in providing necessary equipment and sustaining enforcement of regulations to ensure safety of our waterways.
In the Ekwe area of Lagos, the same exercise is being carried out at Itomo Waterfront by the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development.
To the benefit of the citizens of Lagos State, but particularly to this community of Itomo and its environs.
Itomo people are predominantly fishermen and farmers who must carry out their business activities on a daily basis using water transportation. Water transportation has been known to be one of the fastest means of moving goods within this community, and the delivery of this jetty coming at this time will further ease water transportation system in Itomo.
I enjoin you to take ownership of this jetty. and work closely with the security agencies to prevent this facility from being taken over by miscreants. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, òní dá o, ọjọ́ rẹ lọ́jọ́ ìní o, a máa rántí ẹ̀sìn dáadáa ni o. I thank you for your support in the last 4 years and look forward to even greater support as we embark on another journey of a bumper harvest of dividends of democracy.
Ijegun-Egba and 3 other jetties make it 7, and the state government gives assurances of more interventions, especially in the area of transportation across the state.
And that's the program for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, remember to always stay safe. Bye for now.